Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the 1 month results of the money tree robot by LeapFX. Just a quick summary and reminder, this is a fully automated trading system that has been developed by the developers over at LeapFX. It's claimed to have made over 700% profit in essentially 3 months, and they do have a verified MyFX book as well, which we are going to take a look at and see what sort of results they've gotten for the past week. We've been running the same robot on the recommended broker, which is Blaze Markets Pro account 200 leverage. We've run that officially now for a month. We started it on the 22nd of August and sorry, not 22nd of July, and now we're going to see essentially what profits it has made. So let's take a quick look at the past week for the money tree. This is from the developers themselves. They've got a MyFX book. Again, a reminder: the initial $1,000 deposit and sitting at approximately $23,800 in profit. So let's look at this past week. We see we're up 0.63 with a profit up 158. Let's take a look at some of their trades, which they had, I think, only AUD CAD on the 22nd of August. So this is quite interesting because when we jump over to the live results over here, you can see that just from an overall perspective, we did that $1,000 deposit on the 22nd of July. Obviously, it's been a month now, so we don't have any trades essentially going in or holding at the moment. So I think that's quite a good way to close it out. And as you can see, officially, we've made a profit on this account of $504.16. Remember, this is a demo account. We were using the most aggressive settings, which was a 0.4 lot size on a $1,000 account. And then obviously, as you have smaller accounts, you want less risk, you use a smaller lot size. Now, one of the interesting things here, which I noted, was that my last trade that was taken was a USD Swiss franc sell at 0.95566. Let's take a look if they have that same trade going in. So here we go. They don't actually have that trade. I don't know if it's they say there's 0 open trades here, so I'm not quite sure why we've taken a different trade on that particular symbol, but we don't have any of that. The last trade that they actually have going into here is the New Zealand USD, which they held for a couple of minutes, 2 New Zealand CADs, and then a few Euro New Zealand dollar. So if we jump over, you'll see here we've got 1 Euro New Zealand dollar, New Zealand US dollar, and a few Euro and New Zealand dollar over there. So it's quite different. One thing that was quite interesting just to bear in mind is that we had quite a few trades that landed up closing in negative. On, when was this? The 17th of August. So the 17th of August, we had $122 negative. We had another New Zealand Canadian dollar negative. And then after that, we had another $100 negative, Euro AUD, and USD Swiss francs, $140. And basically what this did was it wiped the account out from the initial $1,000 all the way down to around $980 odd dollars. From those couple of trades, and you'll see we take another one here on Euro New Zealand dollar. And then what happened almost immediately after that is that it went into some sort of a revenge trading mode where it opened up a whole lot of multiple trades across all of these pairs to try and make it up. And to be fair, it did basically make up all the money that it lost across multiple symbols. And then the last two symbols, or the last two trades being Euro New Zealand dollar and USD Swiss francs, then basically took us over that mark. So up until this point where we had this huge negative sort of trades wiping the account, from our $1,000, if you watch the last video, we were sitting at about $400 odd worth of profit, so about 40% of the account. When this happened, it basically took us down to around 980. So we actually went into negative equity in what we initially put in. And then from there, it basically revenge traded and made it all back with another, odd $100 to take us to a total of $1,500. So that was quite interesting to watch. It didn't blow up the account per se. It basically blew the profits that it made up until that point. And then it went on a whole lot of trades thereafter, and then basically, made everything back and a bit more. So we are a bit higher than we were previously, which is quite interesting, and I think quite positive sentiment that even if it does take losses, it then makes it back. So overall, I think then looking at this for the month, we can see we've got essentially a 50% growth on the account. We've made $500 in a month from the initial $1,000. They do say you can use this on a smaller account. Obviously, you'll have to base it on your risk management and your lot sizes, but it can be done. And for now, I think I'm going to stop this market here. We're going to stop taking a look at this, and I'm actually going to switch over to a live account on the same setup of time frame, the same symbols. Using this robot, we're going to put in the initial capital as well and see if we can replicate this result. Remember, we do this with every robot that we find success into. We've done it with Promax. We're currently doing it with Swing VIP, where we made 200 on demo, and then we replicated that 200 on live, and that live is still going. And so I think we're going to give this a go and see if this works out. So just to jump back, I just want to take a look if the vendor also had any negative ones here that blew the account. And that's very interesting. They actually didn't take any losses here, even though I did. So I think that may just be from the fact that they have scaled down their lot size, perhaps. Let's take a look here. They may have just scaled down the lot size to allow for, more puts in drawdown, whereas I'm obviously using a much more aggressive lot size, so I reach that maybe equity cutoff point or stop loss from the robot much more quickly, which is quite interesting. But I mean, I've got nothing to complain about. It has made the money back. So thanks again for joining us, and I will let you know if I jump over onto a live account.